On this Honda CR-V, P0344 is for an intermittent interruption in the CMP sensor signal. In plain language, the ECM/PCM may be losing track of the camshaft position signal at times instead of seeing a clean, steady input. The vehicle may run normally when you get it, or it may have intermittent drivability complaints depending on when the signal drops out. Broadly, keep your mind on the sensor signal path, connector and terminal condition, grounds, the PCM connection point, and the camshaft pulse plate area. Start with the basic system checks and follow a structured diagnostic approach before getting deep into the circuit. Start by trying to duplicate P0344 in a controlled way. Turn the vehicle to the on mode, clear the DTC with the HDS, then start the engine and let it idle for 10 seconds. Watch the OBD status for P0344 in the HDS DTC's menu. If the HDS shows failed, the fault is duplicated and you move on to the connector and terminal checks. If it shows passed, go to the driving check. If it shows not completed, keep it idling until the monitor gives you a result. If it passes at idle, take the vehicle on a test drive for several minutes in the range of the recorded freeze data parameters for engine speed and vehicle speed. Keep watching the OBD status for P0344 with the HDS. If it changes to failed, the failure is duplicated and you go to the connector and terminal checks. If it shows passed, treat it as an intermittent that is not active at that moment. At that point, the system is okay at this time, but check for poor connections or loose terminals at the CMP sensor and the PCM. If captured data is available, try to reproduce the failure under those same conditions. If the HDS shows not completed, retest and check the OBD status again. Once the failure is duplicated, inspect the connection quality before condemning parts. Check for poor connections or loose terminals at CMP sensor A, the PCM, the engine ground, and the body ground. If the connections and terminals are not okay, repair the connection or terminal problem. If they are okay, continue to the mechanical visual check. Next, remove the cylinder head cover and check CMP pulse plate on the intake camshaft for damage. If the pulse plate is damaged, replace the intake camshaft. If the pulse plate is not damaged, replace CMP sensor A. The key takeaway is simple. Prove the intermittent first, check the connections and grounds, then inspect the pulse plate before making the final component call. For more diagnostic training, visit stepdiagnostics.com.